Welcome to another edition of English Makes No Sense. So glad you could join me today on the English Makes No Sense YouTube channel. It is I, SL Rockfish. Very glad to see you. Today we're going to be taking a look at different ways to express when things are difficult or hard or not easy. Okay, instead of saying, "Ooh, that's hard," we're going to find different ways you can increase your fluency in English with sayings that mean things are difficult or you're in a difficult situation. But first, let me thank you again for coming to the YouTube channel, English Makes No Sense. If you're new to the channel, thank you for joining me. If you like what you see, subscribe, down below or up, wherever you got to go. Or if you like shorter content, you can check me out on TikTok at English Makes No Sense, or on Facebook at English Makes No Sense, or on Instagram at English Makes No Sense. Instagram and TikTok, very short videos. A minute, on TikTok, 60 seconds or less. And on Instagram, I try to keep it to a minute and no more than a minute and 30. So if you're like really pressed for time, you want to do some quick fluency drills, boom, those two. Or you could just read some fun stuff, lighthearted stuff at my blog. Hit the blog button. Okay, so let's begin. Have you ever been in a difficult situation or want to tell somebody it's hard? You're like, it was really hard. But then after a while, you can't just keep saying it was really hard or it wasn't easy. You can use different sayings. Come on, I'll show you. We could say, I was in a bind. I was in a bind. I needed to be here and there. That's difficult to be in two places at one time. That puts you in a bind. That's what that means. Difficult situation, you're in a bind. Okay? Or you could be, now this one I just threw in a tough spot. Not really like tough, but you call it when you say, whew, you put me in a tough spot. It means you put me in a difficult situation. Things are difficult. I see you're in a tough spot. I see you're having trouble. Okay? Work that in a conversation. Huh, I was in a tough spot today. I got a flat tire and I needed to be somewhere. Or you could say, I'm in a pickle. I love pickles, but I don't want to be in a pickle. In a pickle is to be when you're like in a jam or in a bind. That means when you have some tough choices or you have something that's difficult. You're in a pickle. Like, whew, you really put me in a pickle when you didn't show up for work. I had to stay late. See, I'm in a pickle. I'm in a difficult situation. I don't know why we chose pickle. I did a little research and it said something about floating and being discombobulated. But I like pickles, but I don't want to be in a pickle. Then we have in a pinch. It'll do when things are bad. That's one way of saying, like, in a pinch, you can use this. Here's an example. Coming close. In a pinch, duct tape can fix anything. That's true. I use duct tape for a million things. Hold parts of your car together, hold parts of electrical wiring together. Duct tape. You can use it in a pinch, in a difficult situation. Then we have in a jam. I was in a jam. I didn't know what to do. I was in a jam. I love jam and I love jelly. And I can never tell which one's which. But if you're in a jam, it means you're like in a bind or in a pickle. You're in a difficult situation. Like, man, I was in a jam when you did that to me, leaving me without any money. You put me in a difficult situation. Like, let's say someone takes you out to dinner and they forget their wallet and you don't have a wallet, but they leave you with the bill. They're like, I'll be right back. Can you cover this? I got to go. And you don't have any money. Now you're in a jam or a bind or a pickle. And finally, or maybe you're just between a rock and a hard place, when either option is a bad choice. Like, whew, that's a really bad spot when you're in between a rock and a hard place, because that hurts. But that means difficult situation. Got it? Whew, that's 5 plus the tough spot makes it 6. 6 different ways. But the 5, all but the tough spot, are going to be what if you're new to the channel, we do a little verse to keep us going. All right, are you ready? Here we go. When you are in difficult situations. Have you ever been in a bind? I bet you have. It happens all the time. In a bind means you're in a tight spot. or a difficult one. I kid you not. Trouble comes in a flood or a trickle. When things get rough, you're in a pickle. Maybe you've been in a jam. I know I hate whenever I am. When things are easy, we say it's a cinch, but when they're difficult, we're in a pinch. Difficult situations are hard to face. When that happens, we're between a rock and a hard place. So, these are 5 ways to say things are rough. I hope you find these quite enough. What? Come on, English. Yeah, 5 different ways to say things are difficult. Hope you use one of them, practice them, work them into a conversation. With Corona, we all got things that are difficult. So, we all could be between a rock and a hard place, or be in a jam, or in a bind, or in a pickle. I love pickles. See ya!